Justin Bieber is done taking pictures with his fans. Okay, and this is following, remember when he recently announced, we talked about it, that he's no longer doing the meet and greets because he said in so many words that it really impacted his sanity. He felt drained. He felt like that he could never measure up to any of the fans' expectations. So he took to Instagram and he wrote, quote, "If you happen to see me out somewhere, know that I'm not going to take a picture. I'm done taking pictures. It has gotten to the point that people won't even say hi to me or recognize me as a human. I feel like a zoo animal and I want to be able to keep my sanity. I realize people will be disappointed, but I don't owe anybody a picture. And people who say, but I bought your album, know that you got my album and you got what you paid for, an album. It doesn't say in fine print, whenever you see me, you also get a photo." Now, really quickly, the reaction was polarizing. Of course, you had a lot of upset fans. For instance, we have here, quote, "Your fans," this was from one of his fans writing underneath his Instagram caption, "Your fans are the ones who buy your albums and help you be successful. Without them, you wouldn't be as famous as you are now and you wouldn't have sold out shows worldwide," while other fans chimed in saying, "Yes, Justin, I love how you're taking care of yourself. I'm so proud of you." Then one of the fans called him a prick and a douche, and then he responded to that comment, and it was rather lengthy. So just in so many words, at the end of it, Justin wrote, in part, "I'm going to keep making decisions I feel are fit for my growth, and no human being will make me feel bad for it." Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Oh, baby. Sorry, Beliebers.
I'll say sorry, Bieber.
I'm doing what Justin's doing now. No photos with my fans. None. Sorry.
Please.
Nope.
Please.
No, Shanna.
Love yourself.
I can play it on my phone.
Love yourself, Justin. I feel for him here. Do you guys feel for him? I understand why fans would be disappointed, but at the end of the day, only the individual knows how to protect themselves.
I just did a story on my channel yesterday, and I ended up on the other side of the fence, and I'm not sure why. Because yesterday I kind of felt as though, sorry, 2 days ago is when I put that video up, and I was talking about Amy Schumer and her response, similar response. I'm just not going to take pictures with people anymore. And I thought, while I appreciate that you are a human being and you are a person separate and apart, you also signed up to be a public figure. And in 2016, it's very different what it entails being a public figure than 30 years ago, before there was social media, before any of this. So while I understand that it's intrusive and exhausting, I also felt kind of more aligned with fans and thought, this not that you owe this to them, but this is part of the job. Today, listening to Bieber, and I can't believe I'm listening to Bieber.
Oh, he's so good, though.
He's so deep. I know.
He's great. I think you're being sarcastic, and I really like him.
Wow. You are right. No, but in all seriousness, I can't believe this is what gave me a little bit more perspective on it. And I thought, maybe I don't truly have perspective because, first of all, I ain't famous. I told you, my daddy don't recognize me half the time. He's like, "Oh, you changed your hair, Shauna. You look different. Oh, sorry." So I'm not in any way trying to equate the 5 people that know me versus the 50 million that know of the Biebers and the Amy Schumers in the world. But that's got to be infinitely more exhausting. And when he talked about his spirit being surrounded by other people's energy, it is a real thing. And that is an inundation that you'd have to process every single day of your life. And that takes a lot of time away from being creative, from making sure that your music and your concerts and your performances and all of those things are on point. And for the first time, I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I get it now.
Brett, Grace?
Well, no, it made me think about, unfortunately, the fan culture that we have created in 2016, which is, I'm sure he does feel like a zoo animal, and people really are focused on getting a selfie, whereas, I remember hearing stories about, my dad growing up, when they would see a celebrity at a diner or something, there was a story behind it. Like, I saw this, I saw George Carlin, and I went up to him, and I obviously to a lesser extent than Justin Bieber, but you have a story and you have this moment, and maybe you wave at them and they wave back, and it's a cool thing, and it's not like, can't wait to show all my friends. We have really truly created a culture that is not conducive to helping celebrities or public figures feel like we care about them more than we just care about ourselves, showing our
appreciation.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Connection.
We're trying to put ourselves out there, not show our appreciation for their work. It's about us. It's selfish. Right. In 2016, fan culture is very selfish.
Right.
And it's so asymmetrical because every individual has the ability to communicate their experience with Justin Bieber, in that interchange, that brief interchange.
Right, okay.
And then say like, listen, he was awesome, or he was such an asshole, he didn't let me take a photo with him. And then that gets amplified. If Justin Bieber tries to say anything about his experience that isn't 100% like, I love my fans, then he gets shit on for that.
Yeah.
And just like the asymmetrical nature of that relationship, there's a problem there.
I agree. And I think for me too, I tried to look at it because at first I tried to look at it from the fans because I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
exactly.
I can get fangirly. So from not of Justin Bieber, I think Justin Bieber's great, but like when I think of like the people that I love,
Right.
I immediately would want to, try to understand where those fans are coming from. But everyone's different. I think of like the some of the artists out there that can't maybe physically, whatever their makeup being, can't physically take it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If Justin Bieber is saying that this is hurting him, it's hurting his sanity,
Right.
then what are you supposed to do? You need to respect someone's boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people can't do that. And he's not saying, I don't want to meet you. He's saying, nobody even says hi to me anymore.
Yeah.
Those were his words. He says it's the
unfortunately-
photos that are bothering him,
Yeah.
not the one-on-one
Not the
interactions.
right.
In fact, some of the people had mentioned he was at like a bowling alley the night before, and he was interacting with fans. He was interacting with the staff. It was then when a family came and like followed him and started trying to get pictures with him that he felt like he couldn't enjoy his night, and then he wasn't even having an interaction with people anymore.
He points out something very interesting, which is what do you, like, the fans' response is like, I buy your albums, I support you financially. It is this interaction that gives you the means to live that celebrity lifestyle. But Justin's pointing out like, but what you pay for is
an album.
that specific experience.
Right.
You can't go to McDonald's and buy a cheeseburger and then expect to get fries for free, like
Right.
as an
For the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
I bought a burger from you once. You should be
Right.
grateful for
Right,
me.
and so
I-
for Justin,
yes.
and maybe it's just because I love his music so much more now than I used to. I don't know what it
He
is
does some great
about
music
Sorry
now.
and
Yeah.
and
what
Love
do-
Yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm on his side with
Yeah,
this.
and I
he's
think
so
too-
talented, but that's the thing is he is one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yes.
And
And he's exceptionally young.
maybe we
forget
should do
too.
some-
He's been in that spotlight
Right. Since he
half
was,
his life.
Yeah, you're right
half
about
of
that.
his life. He's been under that kind
And
of
some
microscope.
people aren't built for it. Look at Amy Winehouse. Do we want like another Amy Winehouse? Not to equate the two,
Right.
but you have to remember that when somebody is giving you boundaries, who are we to say that those boundaries are? We have no right to say it. Yes, he has a lot of privilege.
Yeah.
Being the celebrity that he has so much privilege, and Amy Winehouse had a lot of privilege too. But at the end of the day, if someone just wants to be a creative, yes, fans, you have a right to say that's not fair, or why can't I take pictures with him or her? But you have to respect someone's choices.
Yeah, and I read a story that was like, Justin Bieber has been acting strangely lately. He was in Boston in a park with his shoes off. And it's like, yeah, have you ever gone to a park and walked barefoot in the grass?
Feels great.
It's just the best thing in the world. And he was texting, and it's like, that's what everybody does in a
Yeah.
park.
That's a great point because people will pick him apart no matter what.
They're
should
like,
do
what's
some-
wrong with him? This is Britney Spears 2007 all over again. He just cut his hair. Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do anything.
Yeah.
The sad part is he mentioned being treated like a zoo animal. I don't think not taking pictures with fans will change that, unfortunately, because there's still the paparazzi that's gonna pick apart. You're in a park without shoes. That means you've gone crazy, like you said.
There's a whole industry.
And people will still take pictures of you, which I think is
Wow.
even more so the zoo animal experience.
Yeah.
So, because it's less so, I'm gonna take a picture with an otter. It's more, I'm taking the picture of the otter. You know,
Right.
it's
That's a good point. Yeah.
We need to find someone who is out there and thinks like, no, I get to take photos of all the celebrities because it is because of people like me that they live these fancy lifestyles. And then we need to follow that person around with cameras all the time.
That's a good show idea,
Because that's
Brett.
whatever. Okay, so
Flipping
that's
the
mine.
script. Flipping
I
the
already
script.
trademarked it earlier.
What are we calling him?
Flip the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I get a credit for giving you the title?
Because I'm going to change it now. It's called Papa Nazis.
Nazis.
And
that's
Sam had nothing to do with it. We actually have. Doesn't make the final cut. At least it's on Facebook Live.
Yes.
At least it's on Facebook
Damn
Live.
Papa
you,
Nazis.
Brett. Don't encourage him. Okay, you guys, please share your thoughts about Justin Bieber no longer taking pictures with fans in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Sugar.